everyone, it's me Loz and I'm back to do a full moon reading. Tonight's full moon is in Leo. I particularly love the Leo energy. My rising is in Leo and most of the Leos that I know in my personal life I absolutely adore as well. Not to sound biased, well I am sounding biased, but anyway. What I actually got for this particular full moon, so full moons are usually about reviewing or reflecting on the last lunar cycle. It can also be about letting go of certain things that are no longer serving you. What I actually felt for this particular full moon was I was taken back to the new moon in Leo, which was last year on the 8th of August. And the 8th of August is the Lionsgate portal, which in itself is quite significant and profound. But I actually was told that it was this is a good opportunity to take stock and review all that has happened over the last 6 months. Venus also went into retrograde just after the 8th of August, the last new moon, and it just literally went direct again in January. So it's kind of, if things have felt stagnant or stuck, and if you had intentions for the new moon in Leo and you felt like they haven't come to pass, this might be obviously a time when things might start to move again. I do know for me personally, the Lionsgate portal and that particular evening, the ceremony that I had with the people that I was with was quite memorable to say the least. And the people that were there, I felt were very much meant to be there. And what a beautiful experience. For those who are watching, you know who you are. Yeah, okay, anyway, back to the reading. So as always, I've got my other tarot cards to elaborate further on the reading. And this particular reading, or this particular full moon is, do not let pride get in your way. So hopefully that'll resonate for someone, and I will elaborate further with the booklet. Okay, have you been letting your pride become an obstacle? Is the question you're asking based on your ego, or is it from the heart? Leo energy is all about the heart. Think of the big-hearted king of the jungle, the lion. Its energy is magnificent, but when it's combined with the rush of the full moon, it can become over the top. This may have come to you because you need to end a deadlock that has developed. More love and thoughts for the greater good are the solution to this dilemma. If you've not been doing as you would be done by lately, this is the time to find balance between your own needs and the needs of people around you. This will help all of your relationships. To attune to the moon, be magnificent without being plain too much. Additional meanings: self-esteem is good, vanity is not. Everyone is equally important. Creative urges should be followed, work some magic. A friendship may be ending now. When the full moon comes into Leo, it can be a wonderfully bright time where people feel more confident to show the world their talents and their assets. That's the upside of this lunation and of this time, no matter when you watch this. However, take note that the Leo full moon combination creates a sort of tension between your needs and the needs of people in your networks. Full moon in Leo is a time to release pride. Okay, cool. All right, so as always, I'm going to start with my animal spirit card decks. So I'm just going to take a sip of coffee. It's been a long day. All right, don't mind me. Probably should mention too, again, it's always good to have a good question in mind before I start the reading. These are general readings, so this may or may not apply. But yeah, always kind of set an intention for readings. It will give you so much more clarity and guidance, I can assure you. All right, what's our card today? Oh, the snake. I saw this one as I was shuffling. I love this one because it's got the flower of life on it. So this one's quite transformative. And it is earth energy? Earth, yeah. Yeah, I feel like something's coming full circle. Again, these last 6 months, there might have been like a cycle that you might have been in the last 6 months. We'll see what this one has to say as well. Here we go. Guardian of the unawakened magic and creative potential. The snake is a symbol of our highest potential. It is said that Shakti, our creative life force, lies dormant at the base of our spine in the form of a coiled snake. Regardless of whether this image rings true for you, it's well worth considering the amount of unawakened or untapped potential within. What would life look like if you woke it up? How can you stir it from slumber? An experienced yoga or meditation teacher can lead the way. Make haste. The snake card appears when there is more time to waste. When in balance, prosperous, creative, and charismatic. When out of balance, starts and stops many things. To bring into balance Kundalini yoga and meditation. I love that. I did forget to mention too, Leos are a fire sign, and in my opinion, and from what I've seen, and from what I know of the energy of Leo is like a master manifestor. When they really set their goals and they really become determined and passionate about the things that they want, they actually are able to will things into existence really quickly. On the contrary though, when Leos are disinterested or when something doesn't really motivate them, then they can be incredibly lazy too. So I feel like this is really also to say with the combination of these two, is to say that it's a really good time to harness this Leo energy and create the life that you want, or become in alignment with that side of yourself that is the highest potential. And I feel like now I'm pulling the traditional tarot first, and with the Four of Pentacles coming out first, I feel like you're holding that back a little bit. All right, what else have we got? The Lovers. Ooh, okay. That card's been coming out a lot. Gemini, the Lovers can be about making a choice. Ooh, 10 of Wands. Okay. One more? Okay, one more. What's the Lovers card about? The Chariot. Okay. All right. What major arcanas here? I'm getting a lot of messages. I will elaborate more. Just feel like I'm getting like, usually I can get a pretty straightforward message, but this one is just like I'm getting 100. Ooh, the Four of Cups, so that's 2 4s. All right. Ten of Wands, so that's the 10 of Wands twice. Okay. What's that one doing? That's from the other deck. I don't know why that one's in there. Obviously it was meant to come out. The Strength card, that is Leo energy, as you can see. Yeah, okay. So if you are a Leo, then this will obviously resonate for you, or if you have Leo placements, because there is a lot of fire energy. Last one, and oh, there's 2. Last 2, 3 of Pentacles and the 8 of Cups. Okay. All right, I'll start to explain what I'm seeing thus far. That's another one that's not meant to be there. We'll pull it out. The Devil. Okay, that's a lot of major arcana. Yeah, I knew this full moon was going to be quite significant. I say that for all my readings, but I do feel like this one is particularly profound for some. Okay, so the Four of Pentacles, with this, I do feel like either one, if this is to do with you, like if you're inquiring about something personal within yourself, this is what I'm seeing. The Four of Pentacles is about holding back. I feel like either one, you're holding yourself back, or you're holding yourself back because, yeah, so pride. And what I mean by that is you might want to take a step forward in a certain direction or take action on a certain thing. I'm not going to lie, I don't always like to focus on love reading specifically, but I do actually feel like this is a romantic reading, mostly, may not be, but you could be holding yourself back. Like you could have feelings for somebody and you might be holding them back because you don't want to get rejected, and that's where the pride thing is getting in the way, hence why you've got the Four of Pentacles leading. I do feel like, or if this is, I don't feel, yeah, no, it is. I was going to say if you've had like a disagreement with somebody, then you're purposely holding back, not out of spite, but yeah, out of pride, because you don't want to be like the loser in this situation. That could be the case, but I'm seeing this more as like you're holding yourself back because your ego is not allowing you to step out and be confident because you're scared of being rejected or being criticized, ... And that's kind of where I'm getting that where the pride is coming in. I do feel like this is love though, because obviously, yes, I know I have the Lovers card here, which I don't always say is about love, but in this particular instance, there could be two things. Either one, you are needing to make a choice about, you may have a very, very strong connection with somebody, especially with the Lovers card here. A lot of, the Lovers card and the Devil. There could be a very strong soul connection that you have with somebody, someone that you have very strong feelings for. It's not just in a tangible human physical way, like it is quite literally like a very spiritual connection as well. I do feel like you could feel this way about a particular person and you're holding yourself back because you're scared of being rejected, or you feel like this person doesn't feel the same way. So you're obviously like holding yourself back for that reason. The thing is though, I do feel like this is with the Lovers here, because the Lovers is about making a choice. You're choosing this. You're choosing to hold yourself back, which essentially is exactly that. It's what's holding you back from what you actually want. Why do I say that? Because then you have the Ten of Wands, which is about carrying burdens, and you've got it twice here. But then you've got followed by the Chariot card. So literally what I'm hearing is like, or what I saw when I pulled these two cards was almost, because the Chariot card is about moving forward. It's almost like someone is putting a spoke in your wheels, like jamming up the wheels so that you can't move. You're literally like, there is forward movement that wants to take place, but I feel like you're actually choosing to not allow that to happen for whatever reason. Honestly, you could actually even have feelings for someone and have a really deep connection with somebody, and you might not want to admit that. You could be in denial about it because like you're afraid of what other people might think, or you're afraid that they might reject you, or that this is too much for your ego. But I do feel like there is a very strong pull and a very strong desire to want to move forward. This may not be a love reading, so if it's not, this again could just be about something that you want to work towards. With the Four of Cups here, yeah, because the Four of Cups, it's almost like by you holding yourself back, you're actually creating, like, even though you're deliberately doing this, this is also what's creating stagnancy and boredom. So there's a part of you that like also hates the fact that you're not moving forward and not doing anything. It's like a lackluster, essentially. Like you're not even really happy. Like it's like you're too afraid to move forward, but then you're not really happy in the situation that you're in anyway. So that's where the choice comes in. That's what it is. That's actually what it is. So you're at a choice, you're at a crossroads right now, essentially, as to what you want to do. You can stay in this energy and let your ego take hold, but that's actually what's literally going to hold you back. Like even with the Ten of Wands, see how you've got a beaver? Like that's what I'm seeing, like a beaver dam. It's prohibiting water to freely flow, and that's basically what's happening. It's not allowing this energy to flow freely. What the advice is here though, because you've got the Strength card, so this really confirms this Leo energy. Check where your Leo placements are. If you do have your Leo placements in your sun, your moon, your rising specifically, this will particularly resonate for you, but it's telling you to stand in your power. Basically like grow a pair, not to be disrespectful, but it's time to really like man up or woman up and like really stand in your truth, stand in your power, and instead of letting the ego side of Leo rule you, be confident and be like assertive and take action, essentially. Because I think what's happening is with the Three of Pentacles, you do want to collaborate with someone. You do want to establish or start to tangibly put things down. I do feel like this does involve other people, whether this is romantic, family, or otherwise. You do want to collaborate or build upon something and start to establish something. But I think like their desire is there. But I think the Eight of Cups, I think you're just afraid, either one, that you're going to have to let go of something that's actually really not serving you and you're bored and you're not even really happy with it anyway. Or two, you're afraid that you're going to have to, you could put all this energy and time and effort into something or someone only to have to then like walk away and not really be fulfilled in it. I do feel like with the Devil card coming out here, I feel like it's almost like even if you tried to run away, even if you tried to walk away, even if you tried to resist or hold back, the temptation is still going to be there. In fact, it's just probably going to get even worse. And I'm not going to say it's like a regret, but it's almost like the more you hold back, the more you're going to want this eventually. So it's up to you. I'll keep pulling some more cards though. And if it's a person with the Lovers card and the Devil, this is a very, very intense, strong magnetic pull that you have. Could be a past life. If it's to do with love or relationships, it's going to be like a past life connection. And that's why you feel this, it's almost like a push and pull energy. That's why you feel so drawn to this person. But this person also triggers your ego, as do you probably them. And that's where the push-pull comes, because it also brings out, even though it's the opportunity for you to grow and move forward and, you know, essentially a positive outcome, there's also this tendency for this particular connection or this particular thing to really highlight to you a lot of your shadow side. And it also, it does make you have a tendency to want to revert back to, shadow self or not so conducive ways of being. Sorry, I just really want to come out. I'm going to take all of those in a minute. So what do we got? Okay, Seven of Swords. I'll put that one at the end. Six of Swords. Okay, yep. There is a lot of forward movement, or at least a desire to. Two of Cups. Okay, yeah. Okay, Two of Cups. So you got when you get the Lovers and the Two of Cups, that to me is confirmation of a very spiritual connection, soulmate, someone who, whether they're in your life for, is it a lifetime, a season, I can't remember the other one, but essentially, if this is to do with another person, they would definitely, oh yeah, okay. This is why you're resisting. Okay, this is why I'll tell you. Okay. This person was definitely meant to be in your life. This experience was definitely supposed to take place for you if it's not a person. Six of Swords. I do feel like if you make the choice, there's a lot of learning to be had here in this experience with this person. The Six of Swords is about forward movement, movement into calmer waters. The Two of Cups, again, so that can be a connection with somebody. I do feel like with the Three of Pentacles, you can really grow and learn a lot from this person. But with the High Priestess and the Seven of Swords, I do feel like with those two, the Seven of Swords can be about being secretive, but I don't always like to associate it with this, but the Seven of Swords can be about being sneaky, being conniving, trying to hide things, lying, essentially trying to get away with something. The High Priestess can be about esoteric knowledge, spiritual knowledge, but the High Priestess is also can be, so when you get these two cards together, it can be about secrets. So I think this is why you might find that this is quite challenging for you, because you have such a strong connection with this person or this particular experience. it's almost like it's triggering for you because you can't hide these shadow sides to yourself. You can't hide the shadow self. You can't hide things from this person. Whoever this person is very, very intuitive, has a very spiritual connection to you. And with that, it can be very telepathic. You can be thinking something and the other person will say it out loud. It's that kind of dynamic. So essentially, you can't hide yourself from this person, and that's why there might be that resistance there, because you might be a certain type of person who, you know, likes, especially there's Cancerian energy here too. So if there are things that like deep wounds or deep-seated insecurities, or again, like with the Devil card here, things about yourself that are not really conducive to your higher self and the greater good of yourself and other people, this person's going to be able to is going to mirror those things to you, especially with the Lovers card. This person will really be a mirror for you and really have a way of bringing this out. Again, if it's not a person, I do feel like it is another person. If this experience is basically forcing you out of your shell and forcing you to get real with yourself, which for anybody is not always a comfortable experience. You know, you've kind of got to, what I'm seeing is you kind of have to lean into this. And I feel like what you may be doing right now is, again, you're holding back because you're being that Leo that's being too proud. You don't want to show yourself as being vulnerable. You don't want people to see you as less, even though there's no such thing. But this experience is what's helping you to bring these things out of you, because I don't see, if I saw the Death card here or the Tower, that's about transformation. I might even pull more cards to see if it does come out, because this could be a very transformative experience for you if you are willing to lean into this. Yeah. It's a very push-pull energy I'm seeing here, so much. Like a desire for forward movement, but then it's like, yeah, the World card. So that's even more Leo energy. So we've got, see the Leo, and then you've got Taurus, the Eagle is Scorpio, and Aquarius, fixed. Yeah, so if you are a Leo, all four of these signs are fixed signs. So if you are any of those, then that explains it as well. I think that's the biggest thing, is this whole reading essentially is teaching you as well, because the fixed energy is just that. The fixed signs definitely have their really good qualities, but one of the things that they really struggle with is they can be very stubborn. Leos and Taurans are, out of all, and Scorpios, actually all of them, but I'd say mostly Taurans and Leos and sometimes Scorpio can be really stubborn, and they can, and in a sense of they're really set in their ways. You know, when they believe that they are right, then that's it. That's full stop. They don't want to argue about it. When they think that they're right, then that's the end of the story. They can be really set in their ways as well. If they believe what they're doing is the right way of doing things, and they don't really want to listen to other people. So I do feel like with the Lovers card being here, I do feel like it's kind of like, this is why nothing is moving for you. The fixed energy can be really good in the sense of, like, again, when fixed signs set their sights on something, they will work at something and really like invest in something 100%. But they can be a little bit rigid. That's the only thing. So I feel like this is where the World card is saying, because the World card is about, it's not so much transformation, but the onset of new, more positive cycles. And it's about, for me, it's about just kind of like, either one, if this is about like creative projects, really then align yourself with that fixed energy and take steps and become determined and fixed and driven on the things that you want. However, if you're becoming fixed because you're in resistance, then that's when I'm coming to say, like, maybe it's an opportunity for you to take accountability for that and be a little bit more malleable and mutable. Yeah, I might pull just one more and we might have to finish off this reading. Okay, all right. Yeah, so you really are at a choice point. Yeah, so I do feel like if you decide to stay too fixed in your ways of thinking, in your ways of being, not being open to, if this is a relationship, if you're not willing to open yourself up, this might be your outcome. The Five of Pentacles, feeling left out in the cold. I'm feeling more of a lackluster mentality, feeling lack, feeling loss, not really feeling happy. So it's kind of like, if you don't move, if you don't do something, then essentially you're just gonna, and with the World card, you're just gonna go round and round in circles. So realistically, or what I'm seeing from the cards is, if you move forward, then there is positive movement forward, and the energy then can flow more freely for new things for you to, new things to come in for you, momentum to start picking up again, for you to learn and grow. However, if you decide not to, if you become too stubborn and rigid in your ways of being, then you're going to be back into this kind of energy. All right, so we'll pull a Moonology card to finish off this reading. I'm sorry if this is a little bit forward. I usually don't sugarcoat my readings, and I always say that to my clients anyway. But yeah, I just felt like that this is what needed to be addressed, essentially. All right, final card, final message. Show the world the real you, the full moon in Aquarius. Okay, so that was actually, I think, last month. Oh no, that was the new moon in Aquarius. Okay, yeah. So I think this is also saying too, like, if coming back to the original message, if you are holding yourself back, this is a confirmation to say, now's the time to shine bright, be authentic to who you are. Trust that by doing so, you'll bring in the right things. I also feel like if this is to do with another person, being vulnerable, because that is the real you. Not being afraid, or not just with another person, in life in general. Don't be afraid to open up and be yourself. Don't be afraid to share your vulnerabilities. A lot of people say that being vulnerable is a weakness. I strongly disagree. I think the strongest people and the realest people are the ones that can be authentic and be open and honest about their vulnerabilities. So yeah. All right, guys, so that's the reading for tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give me your feedback. I always love to hear it. And yeah, I'll be back again for the new moon reading. Please subscribe, like, and comment on my channel, Alchemy Intuitive Readings. I would really love that. And if you'd like a private reading, you can always contact me on the links below. And yeah, all right, guys, have a good evening.